So I have a question. Do you think the American dream is dead? I was thinking about this the other day. And I thought, I can see why people would think that. It's definitely a lot harder than it used to be. I mean, what with interest rates, the housing market going crazy, the prices of homes is insane. So 3 years ago, a home that, would have had a house payment of $1,700 is now $3,300. Okay, I think that we need to rethink this a little bit. Does the American dream mean that we buy a house? Now, there's a lot of people who choose not to buy a house that choose to rent for various reasons. And I mean, part of me agrees with that. I mean, I love owning my house, but yeah, it's a lot cheaper to rent, to be fair. You don't have all of the maintenance costs. You can give a 30 days notice or whenever your lease is up. You can even buy your way out of the lease, right? And just pick up and go. You can't do that when you buy a house. Now, we need to kind of rethink a little bit about the American dream, because the American dream basically says that you own your house, you have a good job, you have 2 kids, or, whatever the case, 2 cars. Well, it's kind of become quite the nightmare, because right now you can't really get a house. It is cheaper to rent. It used to actually, as far as monthly payments go, it used to be cheaper to buy. When I bought a house several years ago, my house payment was a couple $100 cheaper than my rent. That's no longer the case. Now, that's for various reasons. I'm not even going to go into that. But the point is that just because something is harder, does that mean we give up on it? I don't think so. That's just me. I mean, if I have to work harder at something, I'm more apt to kind of push harder and get it done, and have more of a sense of accomplishment, right? And I'm just thinking with, the younger generation, like millennials, Gen Z and all that, they're seeing what a nightmare. One of the things that, previous generations didn't have is the crippling student loan debt, right? So they have a massive house payment. I think the average car payment now is like $700 or $800. What? Right? Okay, and also, wages have not gone up that much to make that math work, right? It used to be back in the day that if you bought a house, it was about 2 to 3 times your annual salary. Makes sense, you make $50 or $50,000. Your the house that you purchased would be 120, maybe clear up to 170 or whatever. But it seemed doable, especially with the interest rates that we had back in the day. And I'm just thinking, they're saying that it can't be done. But I think what it means is that it just can't be done as easily at the moment. But here's what I wanted to say. If we can't buy a house right now, and that's our goal, right? We can still be putting money away for that purchase of the house. Because honestly, if we don't have any money, we don't need to be buying a house anyway. If we don't have a good chunk of money in the bank, buying a house is going to be a blessing and not a curse. Just to start with, right? It's going to be the roof is leaking, whatever the heck. It's just, there's so many things that can happen when you own a home, and you have taxes and you have insurances and all of these things that you don't have when you're renting. My whole point with this is, I think it can be done. I think it just needs to be a little more strategic, There's things that the young people have now that we didn't have before, like the crippling student loan debt. Oh my gosh. And these car payments and stuff. So if we can, lower our debt, which is duh, right? But just start stocking money in the bank. I mean, things go through cycles. And I don't want us to give up on something that we really want just because right now it seems, unattainable. I don't believe it's unattainable. I think we just have to get a little bit more creative. I want to know what you think about it. I mean, I have kids that are home buying age. They're not right now because of, everything going on. But I want to know, have your kids been buying that? Have you just bought a house? What what do you think about this? I think it's a really good conversation for us to have because it's such a generation, a generational thing, right? The things that are going on right now are so different than they ever have been in the past as far as the numbers go. So I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comments and we'll have a little bit of a discussion going on. And we can all be nice to each other. We're just talking about it, right? So I just want to know what you guys have done, what your kids have done, what's going on. Okay, let me know down in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Give this video a thumbs up and I'll talk to you later. Bye.